Don't eat as much, processed foods and fast foods. And I got a good plan set. I've stayed, super disciplined on that aspect of it.
Quinn, speaking of your body, last week that photo went viral of you in the quarterback room flexing. So obviously Malik probably the biggest out of all you, but how do you rank quarterbacks in terms of like bench press?
Oh, that's a good question. We never get under the bench press and bench. We'll do dumbbell bench, but Charles Wright is really strong. He's a strong kid. But no, I'm so happy to be a part of that quarterback room.
I mean, that photo was one thing, but do you think that kind of transformation will help you during the season take the blows and get better?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, my body feels, the best it's felt in a long time, which will only help.
Quinn, what do you think about ththose receivers that you have, A.D. Mitchell and those guys this year, added to the group? That
whole room is filled with talent, and it's been cool to see, the growth that they've made this past offseason. I think X has improved tremendously. He's matured a whole lot. He's filled the role that we know he can fill.
You're familiar with this defensive back room pretty well now. Is there any of the newcomers standing out that surprising you a little bit?
Yeah, Malik Muhammad has been doing a great job. Austin Jordan has been doing a great job, and Warren has also been doing a good job. I can go on and on about all those guys. They're quick guys. They understand football.
When Coach Arcesian said that you learn the respect in the locker room, and Jordan Whittington said the same thing. How important is that for you, being the quarterback?
Yeah, that's huge. Obviously, being one of the leaders of the team, you have to be able to trust one another, and they have to be able to trust me, or they wouldn't believe in me.
Jalen Catalon, do you know what he brings to the table yet?
Yeah, he's a veteran guy. He's played a lot of ball. He understands what it looks like, and he's an older guy, so him coming in and kind of helping those younger guys kind of understand like what it takes, not just on the football side, but mentally and taking care of your body.
What kind of competition are you seeing from the offensive line this summer?
Yeah, that room has a whole lot of depth. Coach Flood and Coach Stark do a great job recruiting guys for the O-line, because ultimately that's where it starts. And I'm so grateful that I have all 5 of those guys coming back.
The expectations are huge for Texas, and for you as well. You've been projected already as the number 8 draft pick next spring. You paying attention to any of that stuff, and how cool would it be to live up to those expectations?
Yeah, I definitely I saw that, but I try not to pay too much attention to it. Just like I said, I try not to get too high on the highs and too low on the lows and whatnot. But I'm gonna just try to play my game, and as long as the team goals are accomplished, I think all the individual accolades will kind of fall into place.
Is the fun coming back into the game? Obviously as a first-year guy in an offense with all the hype, now things settle down. How do you look at it?
Yeah, I think this year 2 for me so far. This is second year in the offense, and second year kind of going through the off-season program. I think my comfort level has definitely increased tremendously. I'm more comfortable with the guys. I'm more comfortable speaking up in front of the whole team. And I couldn't be more excited to see what this team's capable of.
When do you sense that this team is on a mission this year, like your coach is talking about? Are you thinking strictly about the Big 12 and not what's going to happen down the road here with the SEC?
Yeah, we're definitely on a mission for sure. But that doesn't. We were on a mission last year too. We always are on a mission. Obviously, our bullseye is to be here for competing for a Big 12 championship.
Who's standing out among the running backs right now?
That whole room is just got so much talent, so much depth in that room. I can go on and on about those guys. They're all capable of playing on Saturday.
What stands out to you about Jonathan Brooks?
What stands out to me is just kind of what he's been through, and him coming to the facility, with the same attitude every time, and it's super cool to see. He's a great player. Obviously, he's played here. He's played big time football games, and I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
Is he a guy who could surprise?
Oh yeah, 100%. Y'all saw kind of what he can do against Washington. obviously he's a playmaker. You never know what's going to happen when he's got the ball in his hands. He's an explosive player for sure.
We've heard a lot about you getting more comfortable speaking up in meetings and practice. How hard was that for you to kind of cross that line and start doing those things?
Yeah, it's definitely out of my comfort level. But like I was saying, it's expected of me, so I really don't have a choice. But I think it's been fun because it is outside my comfort zone, and it's kind of new for me. It's a new space, it's a new area, so I enjoy it.
What other things are outside of your comfort zone that you've had to do recently, as it pertains to leadership on the team?
I mean, just getting up in front of the team and kind of just telling them how I feel about how a day went, and kind of what I see and what the leadership council kind of got together and spoke on, and what needs to be changed and what needs to stay the same.
You've got a lot of experience coming back on offense, all 5 offensive linemen, you, the receivers. As a group, what is it you guys still need to work on to get to that next level?
I would say, honestly, just keep mentoring the younger guys and, just harp on how important it is to take care of your body and stay in the playbook.
Have you talked to Vince at all?
Yeah, I got to talk to Vince a couple weeks ago, and he's obviously been there, done that. He understands what it looks like, and having him to lean on and kind of ask questions and is huge for me, for sure, especially going into year 2.
What's the biggest thing that you picked up from talking to him?
I mean, he always just tells me just have fun. It's a kid's game. We're playing a kid's game. Act like a kid. I mean, not all the time, but just have fun.
Quinn, what are some of your favorite passes to throw, like your favorite routes?
Anyone that Coach Sark calls, I guess.
What's it going to be like to watch Bijan on Sundays out there in Atlanta?
It's going to be awesome. I mean, him and Roshan both, but just being able to watch guys who went through the program and went through the same things that this team's going through. I know all of us are going to be super excited to watch both those guys play.
You just mentioned the new additions to this offense. Just talk about what you've seen from a guy like AD Mitchell this offseason. Yeah,
I mean, AD, he came in, and obviously he's a great player. He's caught touchdown passes in all the college football playoff games he was a part of. And, having a guy who has experience and has been on teams who, won national championships is always a good add.